It's actually somewhat of an idea my sister came up with and worked with some others to kind of get everybody on board, but I think it really gets back to that idea for us of it's important to kind of share what we do with the broader community and work with others.
Riley Bashew is just one member of the Bashew family that owns and operates Bashew's Family Farm, just outside Boring. This year, Bashew's is a participating farm in the Mount Hood Territory's Harvest Trail, a program inviting guests to visit a series of farms to celebrate rich traditions such as corn mazes, hay rides, and pumpkin patches. Riley says the program has enriched the sense of community among the farmers in Oregon's Mount Hood Territory.
We've got other friends that farm similar things that we do here in the county and elsewhere in the state. We're always sharing ideas, things that work, things that don't. That's always been kind of how I was brought up in this. You know, rising tide lifts all boats.
And brought up in this is right. Since the 1920s, the Bashew family has been farming berries, trees, vegetables, and more on their property.
And 5 generations later, we're still here doing this, and we've got 4 generations actively involved. My grandma's 96, and she still goes, "Hey, what can I do to help?"
The entire family is out in force preparing for the fall festivities. Bashew's has You Pick Strawberries in June, and after that, it's all about getting ready for October's pumpkin fun before the winter comes and the cycle starts anew.
You can come out here, you can come out to the field, you can pick your pumpkin, you can do a hay ride, you can do a pig train ride. We have a hay maze and we got a hay slide as you wander around and just enjoy what we get to enjoy every day.
And it's a cycle Riley doesn't see ending anytime soon. He hopes to continue inviting people to come connect with their agriculture roots for generations to come.
You know, we're one of a large number of folks in Clackamas County and elsewhere around here, and it's just part of what we do, and being able to share that with the broader community is really neat.
Some of those friends are just a few miles down country roads. Dolan Creek Farm is also a part of the Harvest Trail. In fact,
one of the farms down the street, Bashew's Farm, contacted me out of the blue just to say, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this trail thing we're going to do in the fall?" I thought it sounded great because I really believe farms need to come together.
We love the collaborative aspect of the trail map and bringing the farms together, that we're not in competition, that we're in collaboration, spotlighting all the unique ways that these farms are doing things.
Sisters Renee Bedoya and Dana Brecka work on Dolan Creek Farm, owned by their parents. Renee is head gardener and manages the farm's pumpkin patches, and Dana uses her expertise to design the pumpkin magic seen year-round, and especially during the fall.
We try to make it a farm experience, and I think for a lot of people, especially in the cities, they enjoy just being out on farms, and we try to keep it as farmy as possible.
The land that Dolan Creek Farm sits on has been farmed since 1890. In 1945, Renee and Dana's grandfather purchased the farm and started a family. Their parents, Kirk and Chris, still live on the land, and since 2017 have been proud to open it up and share farm life with the community.
It's the only time of year that the farm is open to the public, and we have many visitors that drive down the driveway, and they often say, "We've just always wanted to drive down the driveway and see this historic farm."
The pumpkin patch started small, selling only around 50 pumpkins the first year. Now, Renee and Dana say they have to limit the number of people who can come daily so that everyone has a chance to properly experience farm life.
We want it to feel like you can feed an animal, you can sit around a campfire, you can ride a tractor, which a lot of people do.
And there's so many of our neighbors do the games and different things like that really well.
And one of those neighbors is where we'll head next, where the fall fun is in full swing.
We are here at Yesteryear Farms in Wilsonville. We are a small family-run farm that started in 2019.
Kayla Horner is head of marketing and events at Yesteryear. She started the pumpkin patch in 2022, and while Kayla says people loved the farm games and picking out pumpkins, something was missing.
In our reviews last year, everyone loved Pumpkin Patch but wanted corn maze. We listened and we went above and beyond. So if you want to come and get lost, it's 2.5 miles and 8 acres of corn.
Yesteryear also features a simpler corn maze aimed at children, a decision that highlights their goal of being a family-first farm.
Well, we've always done things as a family all throughout my childhood, and now that we are all adults, we did something that we could all do together. And we brought something to the area that we thought was lacking, and more of a farm that was centered towards families and families bringing them together.
Yesteryear Farm started life selling pre-cut Christmas trees, But yesteryear doesn't grow the trees or the pumpkins they sell during their seasonal events.
We work with local farms and local farmers around the area and bring those trees in. So not only are you supporting us when you shop with us and buy trees and pumpkins from us, you're also supporting farmers around the area locally.
And not only farmers, but local vendors that help supply the fun at yesteryear's pumpkin patch, offering food, drinks, and gifts to guests of the farm.
Enjoy your time while you're here. Well, that's picking out pumpkins or a Christmas tree, running through the 8-acre corn maze or the sunflowers. We're here to help and bring something new to the community, and we want you all to enjoy it.
Each farm in Oregon's Mount Hood territory brings something unique to the region, from offering a taste of the farm experience to family-friendly fun and games. And Richard Fiala of Fiala Farms in West Lynn is proud of their background in what he calls true farming.
We grew up with row crops, pole beans back in the 60s, where we sold them to a local cannery out in Sherwood. And when we started the iteration of the business where we're at today, what we do and what we decided is to grow for people locally here.
The fresh fruit and vegetables and homemade jams and jellies that come from Fiala Farm are available exclusively at their farm stand, which they stock daily. So the only picking guests do during their U-Pick season is mainly among an eclectic collection of flowers.
We have about 500 dahlias in bloom during the season. We also have added sunflowers and a host of other smaller flowers, perennials, for people to come and enjoy. They get to come out 7 days a week and cut their flowers, and they go home pretty.
Each October, Fiala Farms opens up the pumpkin patch to the public as well as a corn maze.
And I take a great sense of pride of having a hard corn maze. And if you look at how corn mazes are rated around the Portland area, most people will tell you this is the toughest one they go to every year.
It's a sense of pride that can be felt across every farm in Oregon's Mount Hood territory as farmers work day in and day out, providing food and fun to the people of the Pacific Northwest. And Richard Fiala has a message for those who come out and support and experience these farms firsthand.
I hope that the people that are watching this about the Oregon harvest understand how much farmers really appreciate when we see customers show up to spend their hard-earned money at all the locations.